about damn time I finally get around to watching this Toku V cinema. Oh crap! I totally forgot to do Toku news and reviews. Hey everybody, it's Richard Kid of Richard Kid Reviews, and I'll totally be back in a sec. Also, never really got around to watching this movie, and by all accounts, it was probably a good DVD special. Who knows? Just who knows? Later. I'm back. Really didn't have enough time to go in and out and set. It's a little messy today. Well, I'm a little slacking. Not really slacking. Back to the Future. I don't know. Long story short, new challenger on finding subs. Turns out the old Facebook subs are going to be a little hard to find if you're on Toku subs. Or on Facebook groups. Turns out certain Facebook groups are having a little bit of an issue here and there on some sort of copyright angle. The jury's not out on what exactly is going on. I'll figure that out in a minute. In the meantime, let's start with Amazon's and where I got the alternative. It's called Kiss Asian. It's basically a blog spot of basically not just tokusatsu. It also has anime. It also has cartoon. Subsections where you can like watch a lot of that too. But in this particular case, they've notified all tokusatsu as J-drama, so that's basically where you're going to be going. Let's get to my thoughts on the first two episodes of Kamen Amazons. Again, my apologies, again, set not looking the way it is. I do like the first two episodes. The first episode is a lot of world building and establishing that this is taking place 2 years after a company-wide incident related to a lot of Amazon's kaijun evolving from the company as like some sort of medical experiment, a la, I assume, a shocker plot turned into a company plot. It going by the first and the next kind of intentions, I guess. The green Amazon, I think, is called Alpha, and the other one's Omega. Alpha Zen is pretty much the youngest in these collector-specific series. Sorry for the abbreviations. Unless there's a different term for these types of anniversary-type specials, please let me know in the comments down below. Give me a like if you will appreciate me working under these conditions, because this is my day. Having said that, the red guy, Omega, he's also, correct me in the comments if I got their names right, writer-wise. He's also, looks to have been a veteran, so during this show's timeline, it's been 2 years since one of the Amazon's awakenings, and the second episode kind of confirms that the red Amazon has been in the game a little longer than the green Amazon. And also, I really like the red Amazon's wife in episode 2. She's just so passé and puts up with pretty much everything that's going on. I was like, for God's sake, just put on this belt, seriously. She's like, for anybody who's from the Pizza Party podcast fandom, what's her name? Emily. She's like the Emily of Kamen Riders. It's like, seriously, just put on the fucking belt and kill something. God, what the fuck's your deal? It's like that. My highlight characters I'm actually having more fun following than the writers themselves, if you could believe that, is the strike team that's hired by the company. Since they've been doing this for 2 whole years, they're kind of underfunded, and every kaijin they've been trying to kill since the beginning of the series has been putting food on the table and food on their investment, their equipment, and their gear as a whole, and they look pretty comfortable because a lot of their establishing scenes was just them doing a job taking down an Amazon kaijin, basically monster, if anyone's trying to figure out what that terminology is. Taking down a monster, and they did a pretty well job on episode 1. It was like exterminating it and have like a con, like Ocean 11's kind of con, like try to pretend you're a bug exterminator and go to work and tase it and get it done. But the highlight for that whole episode is that how they sleep is like they all sleep in the same room. They have their equipment and everything right there. Their apartment is probably dirty as all hell. Again, because they've been doing this nonstop for 2 years, since I would assume the red guy's awakening, which is what they're calling, like, I guess, their first tensions. Anyway, speaking of Omega here, he pretty much tails them almost every time they go out on patrol trying to take down his food. Yeah, no joke. The Red Amazon pretty much sees every single monster here on out the last 2 years as his food source. I don't know much about Amazon show error-wise, but I would assume the same case here. Like, both of them are very excuse me 1 minute. They're both very animalistic with their intentions on food source and how they pretty much take down monsters. My apologies in advance for the phone. Final thoughts on episode 1. It ends with Alpha transforming for the first time, and the head of the company might be Alpha's mom, and has been trying to make alternative medicines to suppress his rage of becoming this Amazon. And episode 2 pretty much goes where you expect. It backfires. He turns into Amazon. He eats his first couple of monsters. He doesn't know what the hell's going on. Wakes up in Omega's apartment. Omega is trying to explain the situation alongside his wife. Gives him some sort of arm brace, which I thought would be like an exceed charge kind of thing. Turns out, while they're in human form, it kind of like suppresses their hunger until they need to henshin and go out and eat. So, other than that, episode 2 ends with Alpha officially henshining with the belt, and about to take a kill from Omega. During the whole time, for the strike team's end, they're trying to get more information on the two, because they never fought these guys ever, and the company tells them, leave them alone. Just leave them alone. Let them fight each other out. It's their business. Leave them alone. We need to research them. It's like, no, we want to know. And most of the majority of the episode is trying to kill one of their friends that got turned into an Amazon monster, and finally getting an exposition on where everything is the last 2 years of the company. So yeah, I'm going to cut the camera, and I'm going to get to my second half of this double review. Kamen... Garo Makai Tales, otherwise known as Makai Retsuden. See you in a bit. Now, what I've already said about Garo Makai Retsuden was pretty simple on the news prior, on episode 1, that was just basically Requiem continuity and just a bunch of Makai priestesses doing a basic mission through and through. So I won't get into too much details. What I will say is how this will present itself. Every episode will start with Gonza telling an old story about an old Garo series. And that's where basically what my thoughts were on that card to that previous video. So getting into episode 2 of that episode, which is where I really, really, really love my job sometimes as a Tokusatsu reviewer. It does have sorry, my apologies. Goldstorm and Shines of Darkness continuity in the best way ever. It has a prequel. Sorry for my, I guess, laptop for once. It has a prequel to decades half of the story. Now, there were semi-prequels in Goldstorm of what led his knight into becoming a horror, but not the whole, well, how did he met up with his wife and how they become, you know, really good friends and stuff and all that. And it's a really not bad episode. I remember this journey a lot more than I did with the Requiem episode. My apologies to anyone who likes that side of the continuity. My dearest apologies. But when I saw Decade, it was hands down my favorite episode so far for the series. I know there's probably going to be more Garo episodes that will probably have people from the original series that I will be very lost on. I'm really looking forward to, hopefully, the Zero show, and maybe something related to Thing Kamen, because he was a really good villain for that series, but I'm already shopping fan ideas, but who knows. So, basically, in Decade's End, was that he was basically assisting a bunch of Makai priests to escort them to a town. And his future wife was the most annoying one out of the bunch. So, of course he would try to go out of his way to make her awesome, and go out of his way to turn her into a horror. I mean, a beautiful human being. I'm messing with you. Long story short, it was a great adventure, good episode all around. With regards to the first episode, Requiem was basically a basic ghost story, shopping, not really, basic ghost story, quest for the Requiem cast. And it wasn't really that bad all around. It was, oh, this person was the ghost the whole time, and there wasn't really much to get away from, but I won't give away, but it was a decent ghost story kind of deal. Also, Requiem's fight scenes related to the ghosts that were half horror, half ghost, were basically her part that a lot of zombie in the middle, but her best spell on those on her fight scenes were summoning a fake Garo, because turns out the grave she was supposed to go to was a Makai Knight grave, and everybody in the Makai Knights worship the hell out of Garo. I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, he is the Golden Knight. So yeah, that's basically episode 1 in a nutshell there. But I would recommend both those episodes if you want to get into the series. It is the 10th anniversary of Garo. It's worth a shot. So, back one more minute on final results and any news I might have missed when it comes to, well, I don't know, a certain... yeah, Power Rangers. I'll be back in 1 minute. Oh yeah, by the way, back in action. Last thing, if you know anything about Power Rangers that I haven't seen, I'm gonna go by what Easy and Shays has said in the Ranger recap. I know what everyone and their proverbial Power Rangers fan that doesn't like Sentai for some reason, yeah, I have those too, has already seen and heard. I am very well the hell much aware of the Rita Repulsa Magic staff and, well, filming as a whole, photos that came out over the week, over this week. So, yeah, let's get down to it as, I guess, my final thoughts in this video. Yeah, I'm loving the video, I'm loving the staff, the outfit's still hard to grow on. It's a lot what I said in previous news, that it might have Green with evil intentions for that story arc, and probably really, hopefully, get a Green Ranger down there for hopefully this or next movie, which, again, going by speculation by pretty much now everybody, not just me or Black Nerd Comedy, pretty much everybody's thinking the same thing. Is this going to lead to a Green Ranger? Probably. Does this look like Scorpino? Probably. Does this look like anybody else from previous Generals? Yeah, probably. But I love the staff, as everyone said. The staff is very fierce. It's very low-key-ish from Avengers, which is actually not bad. And that's all I'm going to say there. Okay, yep, okay, And, yeah, there's a lot of come at me, Brock moments. Not really something Rita would do, but again, it's these modern times, Rita, and it's my Morphin. I'll take anything up for interpretation until, you know, something happens. So, overall, my battery is dead, and I'm Retro Kid of Retro Kid Reviews, and I hope you like this video, and, what do you think of my reviews? Did you think any was good? Please tell me in the comments down below, and, as always, take care, and, goodbye. After 10,000 years, you're finally free to look as weird as whatever the hell you want. Yeah, seriously, this is gonna be a good movie. I hope.